Speaking of Gavin Newsom, here's a new video. I hadn't seen it. Maybe you have. Watch how highly produced it is, talking about his forthcoming autobiography. This is number 10, please.
This is not the book you'd expect me to write. It's a story about the people that for, well, better or worse, make us who we are, made me who I am. The hopes that drive us forward, the failures that send us reeling, and the immense burden of grief and regret.
This is the most
Nobody's family
I've
is
ever heard.
easy. Nobody's story is tidy, and I'm no different. A lot of people look at me, the stark white shirt, the blue suit, and yeah, the gelled hair, and they think, oh, I know this guy. I know this guy better than I'd ever want to know him. I get it. This is a story of a kid who always felt like he wasn't quite enough. This is a truly vulnerable book. It was incredibly hard, even painful to write. It's a story about living between two worlds, one of wealth and privilege and the other of more modest upbringing, the outsider on the inside, the interloper who learned to feel comfortable in many rooms. It's a story of the personas we create to face the world around us, the story of self-doubt and, yes, ambition. It's a story of the people, the relatives, the immediate and ancestral, the neighbors, the childhood friends, even the bullies, who over time fade in the background of our memories, but are so critical in shaping us and pushing us to, well, the next step, even when sometimes we have no clue what the next step is or where it's leading. I hope that whatever your opinions of me are, the openness, the honesty I felt in writing this and living it will resonate. A rawness that perhaps equal parts revelatory and contradictory, adapting to my dyslexia, starting and growing my own small businesses, fighting and winning political battles for same-sex marriage and against the NRA, always striving, if not sometimes succeeding, to be a present father that my kids deserve. And yet, there are those public and private moments that I'll always regret. Bernard DeVoto, an historian of the American West, wrote that Californians are the children of paradox and the begetters of paradox. And that seems, well, just about right to me. I wrote this book in no small part as a gift to my kids, that it might one day help them understand the paradoxes that shape their upbringing and are bound to shape their children who will come after, in all of its messiness, its heartbreak, and its fundamental optimism about the power of family and community. This is a story I hope a lot of readers will connect with and relate to. Like I said, it's definitely not the book you'd expect me to write, and it's a book that I'm extraordinarily excited to share.
So, showed the whole thing for a variety of reasons. And I'm going to say this, and you guys contradict me if you want. All three of us have seen a ton of political videos in our career, including produced ones. I've never seen anyone quite like that. Agree or disagree?
Well, meaning as a book advertisement, as a preview to a book, or as a political ad?
Well, just the tone of it and the self-consciousness of it, saying you all think I'm a phony.
Yeah.
And I wrote this book and I'm going to prove to you I'm not a phony. And now I'm going to narrate it with music and language that will reinforce your view of me as a phony.
Okay, in that sense, yes.
I thought
I agree with that.
The production quality was fantastic.
Fantastic.
It was powerful.
Hollywood level.
It was powerful. I also liked the fact that, okay, he's reading a script, but he is like sort of quasi emoting, there is a little bit of naturalness there that he feels comfortable going off the script a little bit. You could tell he wasn't like biting reading to the country.
100%. But Michael,
yeah.
I agree with that. There are things about it again that are extraordinary. It's so well produced.
Yeah.
His performance level is sky high. Now again, remember folks, I take heat every day for how positive I am about Gavin Newsom's prospects of winning the nomination.
You're trying to be neutral and clinical.
Yeah. Well, you are. I am.
I am.
No, you are. You're doing a great job. But my point is, I'd say this with understanding of how many Americans in both parties and independents think the guy's a total phony. And he's so smart. It's so well produced. And I know, Matt, you agree with me on this because I can read your face like it's an open book. It just reinforces. I mean, anyone who thinks he's a phony is not going to be won over by that. To the contrary.
No, it was like a really shiny coat of paint on the shittiest used car you've ever driven in your life. Forgive my language there. But I do think, to your point, he's clearly trying to show that he can do some things different. He's trying to show authenticity. But like Kamala Harris, the harder you try to be authentic, the less authentic it is. And when he keeps on saying the word paradox, it reminded me of Kamala Harris with words like Venn diagram. It's like she learns a word and's got to say it 14 times to prove it. It just felt so phony to me. And I think that like that will be one of the biggest things that harms him is the fact that he's looking like a greasy politician out of central casting. And so I don't know how he would break out from that, but I do know, I think it was Joe Rogan that talked about how do you run on first destroying a city, then destroying a state. You know, like they're going to call him Governor U-Haul or Governor Poop Map or, you know, whatever that might be.
Well, but let me just raise one thing. Both of you, brilliant. I mean, I couldn't be more pleased to have had you here by coincidence on the night we got this video. The music, it's great if you're making a movie.
It's like HBO did it.
But it's just slick. It's just if you need music to reinforce your authenticity, I don't know. Maybe I'll go around the country like Jay Leno jaywalking with an iPad and show that video to 1,000 people and see if one person says, I feel better about how unslick he is after watching that and listening to the music.
But what I learned from Roger Ailes, I think I would say, is from reading his original book, and we'll see if Gavin can do this in the book. If he goes deep into what he's saying he's going to do, which is that people really root for vulnerability. Yeah. They root for that, the loss. If you can emote, if you can talk, if you can share your loss with somebody or your failures about maybe the failure of his first marriage or his dyslexia, all those things, his regrets in politics, like that time he ran against Jerry Brown, had to pull out, like all those things. If he can talk about those things in a candid way, and when he does the interview, I think that goes a long way.
I agree. And of course, there's nothing in the video about his record in California, right? It's all personal. But that's the book.
Pretty notable. Notable.
Except to be fair, the book's not about that. It's personal.
He's no Pete Wilson, the highest tax increase in California's history.
There you go. Cozy Earth. You could buy Cozy Earth products for yourself. You could buy them for gifts. I recommend you do both. The stuff from Cozy Earth is extraordinary. I have it all over my home. The towels in my bathroom, the blankets and sheets on my bed, and of course the pants on my whatever. Recommend them to you. They're the most comfortable pants I've ever owned. I wear them all the time. As I said, you can wear them to the beach, to the laundry room, and to a gala, and everybody will just say, man, those pants are nice. All of the products of Cozy Earth available to you now for an extraordinary 40% off. I'm not saying they're free, but round up, that's practically free. 40% off. Go to CozyEarth.com. Use the promo code 2WAY for 40% off the bubble cuddle blanket, the towels, the sheets. Everything available to you, 40% off. Buy them for yourselves. Buy them for gifts. Give the gift of comfort that lasts beyond the holidays and carries into the cozy new year. That's what the copy says, cozy new year. I would say cozy new year. They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America. And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.